You always wondered why most diasporians struggle when they relocate. In this video, I'm going to discuss the common mistakes diasporians make and how best you can avoid them when you relocate. My name is Margaret. I'm a lifestyle, travel, fashion and education content creator. Be sure to binge watch my previous videos and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. So, let's go on a relocation journey together as I move from Zimbabwe to the United States. Let's start off with the visa interview journey. This was the day I had scheduled my appointment for my visa. Common interview mistakes people make include late arrival at the embassy, dressing unprofessionally, responses that are contrary to the information you provided in your DS-180 form. For example, mentioning that you've been to certain countries that you did not include in your DS-180. Another mistake most diasporians make before leaving their home country is not carrying as much local food as they can. When you get to America, certain drinks, snacks, dried meat are very hard to find. And when you find them, they'll be costing you twice or thrice the original price in your home country. And if you're a very sentimental person like I am, make sure you carry all your sentimental gifts, jewelry, cards, and anything that you think is very important to you if you're not returning to your home country sooner or later. After working in Zimbabwe since my graduation, I knew it was time for me to move and pursue greener pastures. Most young people make the mistake of limiting themselves to local opportunities and staying in their comfort zone for a long time. Well, I decided to stretch my wings to America. If you're planning on relocating to the United States, you need to research on the cities and the states and get as much information as you can. I did a thorough research on Dallas, Texas, where I was relocating to, the skill sets that were very crucial. Do not make the mistake of overlooking the importance of the right location. To me, Texas stood out as a family-oriented state. I was also drawn to its thriving job market and growing community of Africans, which made it easier for me to settle in and find support. The trip from Harare to Dallas is quite lengthy, with a flight duration of up to 22 hours. I really enjoyed the solo time I had on this flight, so the length did not matter to me. Well, you can carry a book, download as much movies as you can to watch. If you're flying Turkish Airlines and you have a layover of 6 to 24 hours, you are eligible for a free tour within Istanbul under the Tour Istanbul program. Instead of going for the Tour Istanbul, I decided to explore the designer shops on this airport. Mind you, the Turkish airport is huge and you need to familiarize with the terminals. I know long layovers can be very tempting to just sit and be idle, but make sure you get to your gates before the boarding time. Most people make the mistake of underestimating the distance between gates. This airport is massive and walking between gates can take longer than expected, so be sure to spare yourself some time to locate the next boarding gate. Do not leave anything to chance. Make sure you're well informed on the gate changes and any flight delays. The airport features a wide range of luxury stores. By so doing, the Turkish airport does not only differentiate itself from other airports, but also attracts itself high-end travelers. The luxury brands showcased at this airport promote Turkey's reputation as the hub of luxury and fashion, potentially attracting investors and businesses. As I enjoyed my layover in Turkey, my mind had not really registered that I was moving to the US for good. Part of me still felt like I was on a vacation or going on a vacation for some time, and I was definitely returning to my home country. Make use of the airport's amenities such as the free Wi-Fi to communicate. You can make use of your layover time to take a shower. Regardless of me having fun window shopping in the Gucci store, I made sure that my carry-on luggage was secure. The Fendi store was my last stop before boarding, and I treated myself to my first Fendi sunglasses, which I'll show you in the next video. Remember the statement that says, forget the budget and take care of your emotions. That's exactly what I did. This was actually, I can say, my relocation gift. Any chance I get, I romanticize my life. Reality started kicking in as I approached the boarding gates. To be honest, I was very tired. I had left my previous job 3 days before I traveled, and I was very overwhelmed, curious to know if I was gonna miss my previous job, enjoy my next job, and the thought of chasing the American dream had started to creep in. What kept me motivated was visualizing myself driving a G-Wagon going to buy my favorite Chanel purse and enjoying the luxuries of America. The beach clubs in Miami, Hawaii, and a whole lot to explore on the American land. I would rate the lunch in the Turkish airline a 9 out of 10. The food was warm, tasty and filling. The dessert was really a icing to the cake. I really loved it. Communication is one of the most important things when relocating. The good thing is that in America, English is the formal language. So if you're coming from Zimbabwe and most African countries, I would like to believe it's easy for you to navigate because it's different from relocating to a country with a first language that you've never spoken all your life. I would like to believe America was the perfect relocation destination for me when it comes to language because trust me, I visited Dubai and I wouldn't imagine myself having to learn to speak and to write Arabic at this big age. I mean, I kind of feel like I'm too old to learn how to write and how to speak Arabic. But it can be a good way to challenge yourself. The horror in me was hurting having to fly over these European countries without a chance to explore them on foot. In my mind, I was already imagining 4 pit stops in my bucket list cities. This ain't Texas, ain't no hold 'em. So lay your cats down, 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 down. We touched down Dallas, Texas in the evening, and to be quite honest with you, I was very curious about the architecture, the roads, the work ethic, everything about America. The first thing that amazed me was that my passport was not stamped, and I asked the officer 3 times if I was really sad to go. And me being me, I kept on flipping that passport looking for a stamp, which obviously I never found. That's when I knew about the I-94. The I-94 is an online accessible document which records your travel history and status in America. At this point, I was very exhausted and I just wanted to rest. My first morning in America, I was shown around and it was quite amusing for me to see that they drive on the right side of the road and the steering wheel is on the left side. This is similar to the UAE and the opposite of Zimbabwe. The self-checkout and grocery stores also stood out for me. Texas is known for its cowboy cultural heritage, and that is something that I'm very, very excited to explore. Texas is very spaced out, and one of the most important things that you need to acquire as you get to America is your driver's license. If you're not living in the big cities like LA and New York City, it's important sure you get your social security as soon as you can, because the social security number allows you to be eligible for loans and other benefits in America. If you do not have a job yet, I would advise you to revamp your resume to make you stand out and competitive in the American job market. America is a well-regulated country, and each state has its own governor and its laws. Make sure you read, understand, and abide to them. As a newbie in America, financial literacy and discipline is very important. You need to learn and know about the credit score. Make sure you take care of your bills on time and try to live below your means. Make sure you always have some money saved for the rainy days. Healthcare insurance is very important in America because healthcare is very expensive. Some of the critical skills in America include cloud computing, data analysis, cybersecurity, nursing, CNA, digital marketing, and AI. You should also understand that America has a lot of cultural diversity, and it is very important to respect the next person's culture regardless of race, age, religion, or gender. I relocated during fall and the weather was transitioning from being hot to being cold, so make sure you carry your layers. If you're relocating in November, make sure you prepare for the rains and the Thanksgiving holiday, because in America, Thanksgiving is a thing and people actually celebrate it like that. One thing I love about Dallas nights, ooh, they're so beautiful. The lighting, the buildings, everything was just amazing for me. And the following day, we went to the car wash. This was epic for me. I had never been to a car wash like this before in my life, and I just grabbed my phone to take a video of this amazing moment. And that was me experiencing the drive-through car wash. I literally felt like I'm also taking a shower in this car. After the exterior car wash, we went on to self-dry the vehicle and hoover the interior. If there's a country that is proud of her flag, that is America. You often see the flag of America almost everywhere you go to in America: car dealerships, banks, hospitals, you name it. As you prepare for your relocation to the United States, be sure to equip yourself with a variety of skills. That can be braiding, wig installation, makeup, plumbing, events decor, and any other skill that you can get for yourself, because most of those services are very expensive in America. So you might need to do it yourself or offer that service and earn yourself some money. Let me take you through my first mall experience in America. The first mall I visited in America is called the Galleria Mall in Dallas. This is a very sprawling mall with a variety of shops and restaurants. I was too lazy to do ice skating. This mall has a variety of fashion stores such as the Banana Republic, the designer stores, Forever 21, and a lot of jewelry stores. If you've just relocated to Dallas or to the US, I would advise you to visit this mall during the week to avoid long queues and crowds. I would also advise you to be on the look for events and promotions before you go to the mall. You might actually get very nice stuff for less. I got a couple of beautiful items from the mall. This is something interesting to learn if you're coming from a former British colony relocating to America. There is a difference between British English and American English. So there are certain terminologies that they use that are different from the ones we use in African countries and British countries. A dustbin translates to a trash can. A fuel station translates to a dust station. A cupboard translates to a car trunk. A cell phone translates to a mobile phone. What we know as the supermarket translates to a grocery store. What we call fresh chips in Zimbabwe translates to fries. They refer to a lift as an elevator. Highways translate to freeways. Biscuits are called cookies, sweets are called candy, and nappies are called diapers. The work ethic in America strongly emphasizes on productivity, a competitive spirit, and innovation. You'd find that no matter how educated you are for a certain profession, you might need to keep on acquiring certifications and licenses to stay relevant. The tipping culture is something you should embrace when you relocate to America. It is always good to appreciate good service. I'd like to believe that relocating to Dallas in particular was a good decision. I received a very beautiful and warm welcome to Dallas, and I don't think I'm gonna move from Dallas anytime soon. I'm gonna be enjoying the social life, and I believe this strikes a perfect work-life balance. I relocated to Dallas during a very family-oriented season. In America, people are big on celebrations, birthdays, weddings, anniversaries, engagements, and Thanksgiving. During the festive season, people are very intentional in terms of decorating their houses and streets. And not just that, they're also big on gifting and surprises. I mean, surprises make life worth living. Dallas offers a lot of advantages when it comes to buying a house in America compared to other cities in America. This is because a home in Dallas is likely to have a strong value appreciation over years. There's lower crime rate in Dallas. Dallas also has a good climate. It is unlikely to experience hurricane and other natural disasters. The Dallas population and economy is also growing. So I think investing in a house in Dallas would be wise. A drive to downtown Dallas is something that I really enjoy. That building is called the Reunion Tower and it offers spectacular 360 views of the city. If you're planning on relocating to Dallas or visiting Dallas, I think you might want to visit the Dallas Museum of Art. It's completely free. Dallas has surrounding cities and suburbs that make up the larger part of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. The interesting part is that these cities are separate entities with their own governments and services. For instance, the city of Allen, Plano, McKinney, and Highland Park are incorporated cities. These are independent of Dallas but often tied to Dallas economically. Did you know that there are now flagship stores in LA and New York offering the Skims drive-in dinner? You also need to know that primary and high school education in America is free for residents. So that is an advantage for you if you're relocating from Africa to the United States. In terms of technology, United States is at the forefront of cutting-edge developments in AI and renewable energy. Public services such as the libraries and the parks are well taken care of and very accessible. If you ever board a bus in America, make sure you're very time conscious because in America, punctuality is very important. You have to show up on time or you end up losing money and opportunities. My first bus experience made me appreciate how effective and efficient the American systems are. The bus was well conditioned and we arrived on time. I had taken a work trip to Temple and the vibes there were totally different from Dallas. Temple is a very quiet and low-key city. I wouldn't advise you to stay there during the early days of your relocation. In my opinion, Temple is one of those places that you might end up getting lonely and homesick because when I got there, a lot of people told me that there is limited entertainment options and limited shopping options. If you are a young person who likes to explore and enjoy life, I don't think Temple is the best place to settle. I also believe that life can be very exciting for someone who is relocated from Africa to Dallas, Texas. There's a lot of African restaurants, beauty stores, and concerts that African artists actually come and perform. The likes of Burna Boy, Davido, Shali Poppy, Jab Fraser, and others. Connecting with local African groups may also help you to settle in well and get support. Most diasporians stick to churches that they're familiar with from their home countries. This helps them connect with others who speak the same language and share the same values. It is also important to join online platforms. On these platforms, you can get information on events and keep yourself updated. Since America offers a lot of diversity, it is exciting to try different dishes. I'm looking forward to trying Mexican food, Nigerian and Jamaican. Make it a lifestyle to reduce, reuse and recycle. Conserve water and energy. This will save you from paying a lot of money for your utility bills and you'll be saving the planet simultaneously. Another common mistake that diasporians make when they relocate to America is eating and not exercising regularly. Most of the food in America is genetically modified. They put a lot of sugar in their snacks and processed foods. Most diasporans gain a lot of weight in the first couple of months. Some get excessive skin breakouts. December is a vibrant month in Durban. In this video, I'd gone to Frisco specifically for these lights. December is that happy season when everyone feels joyful as they unwind from the whole year and prepare for the following year. At this point, America was giving me the Home Alone vibes. I mean, just experiencing a decorated December for the first time was amazing and exciting for me. The only thing lacking was a touch of snow because it barely snows in Texas. The gifts were definitely a highlight of my first December in America. I really loved everything that I received. I really loved how I settled in America and how people invited me to grace their occasion. I had a blast at this party. The food was very nice. I felt overwhelmed by the choices of what to eat. In America, I usually stay indoors. Any chance I get, I take a walk, breathe in some fresh air, and bond with nature. If you love pets and you're planning to move to America, make sure you research through the pets regulations in the city or state that you're moving to. Make sure you take your pet to the pet-friendly areas in your neighborhood, such as the trails and the parks. Pets mean so much to their owners, and some of them are actually companions. So if you find lost cat or dog, contact the local shelters or animal control to report the found pet. You should know that it is illegal to repossess a pet without authorization. So as I conclude this video, I would like to encourage anyone who is in the process of relocating to America that it is worth it and it might be a beginning of a beautiful chapter in your life. So take the opportunity, embrace it, and enjoy. I'll be posting more US-based content, so make sure you watch my upcoming videos and engage. I'll be sharing recommendations on places to visit and eat across various states in America. Thank you for joining me on this exciting relocation adventure. See you on my next video. Bye!